Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucinda and I am the left-handed crocheter, and thank you for coming back to my channel. We're going to be finishing up on our second part of our ice cream cones. And before we get started on that, I want to make a quick announcement. I do understand, I just realized that it was Father's Day coming up, but this Sunday on the 16th from 12 to about 3 to 5, we're going to be having a crocheting class at the gallery that I volunteer at, the AV Community Art Gallery here in Palmdale. So if you are in the area and you want to learn how to crochet, come on down. And you know what? Crochet is for everybody. So bring everybody down who wants to learn. And today we're going to be finishing up on... Okay, so at this point, I just pretty much tie on. I've tried a magic ring, but it just doesn't work out for me. So now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to work in the round. So we're going to chain one, and then we're going to work here in the same hole we made. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to start with 6. So this is our first row right here, 6. Now with the cone, we're not going to start decreasing or increasing anytime soon, because we want the cone to, to kind of cone a little bit like this. So we're going to try to get it to look like this. So we're actually going to keep it at 6, and then we'll start adding on later. So we'll just go from there. So this is our first row right here, and let me just kind of untangle everything, because like I said, this is old yarn and I found it and I was like, woohoo, free yarn, because this was given to me. So, and I don't turn down yarn, so I was like, yeah. And whatever yarn I don't use, I just donate it to my class that I'm having actually on the 16th. So we're going to go ahead and just do one. We're going to do another row, row 2. So we're going to do 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that was row 2. Now we're going to do row 3. We're going to do another again. We're going to do 6. So 1. And let me try to find it. Yeah, there you go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we got the point of the cone. Well, let me fight with this while I'm getting in a minute. Okay, there we go. Now we got the point of the cone. So we have the point right here in the cone. So now we're going to start making it bigger. So we're going to start increasing at this point. So at row 4, you're going to increase. So 1, 2. So you're going to increase on 1 and 2. 1, 3, you're going to do just one single stitch. And let me just kind of untangle this real quick. Yeah, I need to definitely need to re-roll this, but I'll do that at another time. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to increase on 4. So 4, 5, single stitch on 6, increase on 7 and 8. 8. And then 9. So all together, you're going to have 9. And then right here on, I want to say row 5, you're going to go 1, single stitch, 2, 3, that would be an increase, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, I had to pick the hardest, out of all these beautiful colors, I had to pick this one. Okay. We just kind of, untangle. Actually, let me do this off camera and I'll see you guys. Hello, I'm back. Now I did fix the yarn, and pretty much what I did is all that tangled mess, I just kind of cut it off, and so we can continue, because frankly I just didn't want to spend all night detangling yarn. So right now we're at the 4th row, so we're now going to go ahead and go to the 5th, and we're going to start making things bigger. So we're going to increase. So 1, we're going to single stitch on 1, 2, 3, increase, 4, single stitch, 5, single stitch, 6 and 7, we're going to increase. So 6, 7, 8, single stitch, 9, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and make it bigger. Increase on 10 and 11. Awesome. So now we're just going to keep going at this point. And this would be row 11. This would be not 11. So we're at 10, 4, 5. So we're at row 5. So this is row 6. So 1, 2. Increase on 4 and 5. 6, 7. We're going to increase on 8 and 9. So now you're going to start seeing where it's starting to cone at this point. So this is kind of what you want at this point. You want it to cone. Now, right now, this is a very small little ice cream cone. So I'm actually going to make the cone probably no bigger than this. And here I think it's all together like, I want to say 10 rows offhand. Like I said, I don't use patterns, so I literally just break it down as I go along. So that's basically what I'm doing for you guys. I'm breaking it down. But these are going to be really small. And this is what they're going to look like. So they're not going to be very big. So at this point, we'll just keep on going. So single stitch. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So no, that was 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're just going to keep on going at this point. So we're going to go single stitch. So we're going to increase here. So double right there. Single stitch here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go ahead and increase right here. So we're going to increase next. 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to go ahead and increase again. So we're just going to keep going around at this point. So, and just like I said, I just increase every 3 or 4 times. Just to get it round, just to keep it going. So that's basically what I'm doing. So here we're going to do a decrease, and then we're going to start again with 1, 2. Ooh, helps if I cut the yarn. 2. No, it helps if I cut the yarn. Okay, 2. There you go. Now, okay, 4th time's the charm. There you go. Okay, pull out some yarn. 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to just decrease on 5 and 6. So 5, 6. So every 4, or like depending how big you want it, how big you want to make it. It's like I said, it's really up to you at this point. So like I said, with crocheting, there's really no wrong way on doing it. You know, honestly, as long as you're having fun, that's all it really matters. Personally, that's all it really does. So you know, because the goal is just to create. So at this point, we got a little bigger, and I'm just going to measure it. So that's kind of small, so I'm going to make the cone a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to start doing single stitch, and then we're just going to start, and then I'm going to make it bigger. So 1, 2. And then we'll start again at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to increase, 6, 7, and I'm going to start over with 1 and just kind of keep it going. Like I said, I don't use patterns, so I am literally breaking this down in my head to teach you guys because like I said, I try to learn patterns, but I am super dyslexic, and the patterns to me look like an alien language. So I just kind of learned how to, as an artist, I just actually learned how to break everything down and go from there. And I also took a ceramics class. I've taken drawing classes. So in time, just with training and stuff like that from all my classes I've done, I just learned how to break down shapes and go from there, and to have that 3-dimensional, you know, thought process when it comes to crocheting. So basically, that's just all I really do. That's all I really do. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this off camera. And basically, for anybody who does rows, let me just measure it up. Actually, we don't need to make any more rows. So we're good right here. So we're good right here. This is how big I'm going to make the cone. I'm gonna make it just, I'm gonna go a little farther up, just a little bit farther up. So single stitch 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm gonna increase, so it's 5, 6, and then single stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just kind of check it out a little bit. Let me go ahead and increase. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to increase on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. All together. So, okay. There you go. So all together, your stitches, if you're doing a small one, like I said, if you're doing something, if you're doing a bigger ice cream cone, then go ahead and continue. But for a small ice cream cone, all together, just working in the round, you're going to go, how many stitches you're going to need is 1, 2, 3, 3, okay, there you go, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let me check something real quick. Yep, 16 right there. 16, 17, 18, 19. There's my decrease, my increase, 20, 21. So all together, 21 all the way around. So this is basically what we got right now. It's just one little cone. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this off. And then I just kind of look at the cone, and that's where the cone's going to be, right there. So right there. Okay. So I'm going to come off camera real quick because I got to grab my fluff, and we're going to sew this bad boy on, and I'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. And like I said, I had to grab my yarn needle so we can sew, and a little bit of fluff so we can actually stuff the cone. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to just thread my needle real quick. Okay, bring that in there. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay. There we go. And then now we're just going to come here and we're just going to sew it on. But we're not going to sew it all completely. We're going to keep it a little bit open so we can stick the fluff in. And we just go ahead and go in like this. And that's pretty much what we do. Just kind of sew it around. Now, actually, we're going to make a skirt around this here soon. And that's what we're going to do here in a few minutes once I'm done with this. This is actually pretty quick. There we go. So that's pretty much quick. And we'll just kind of go from there. So this is basically what we're doing. It's just we're going to sew it a little bit. Let me see where it's at. Okay. I'm trying to do this as quick. Well, not quickly, because you don't want to rush. You want to take your time, so you don't muck it up. And, like I said, it's more of the journey versus the destination. Okay, so we have a little opening here. So I'm going to take a little bit of fluff, and I'm going to start sticking in a little fluff. And then we're going to continue. Okay, now we're just going to stick in a little bit more fluff. And going from there. Go. And then we've got a little bit of a pocket there, so I'm just going to stick just a little bit more fluff in. Just enough, just to kind of make it firm. There you go. There we go, so it looks really nice. And then we're just going to continue. And we're going to be, here we go, we're almost done. Yay. There we go. Just tie this bad boy up. Make sure it's not too tangled. There you go. And then I just slide it through and then cut it out. Like I said, everybody has their own versions of doing things. This is how I do it. So we got this part of the cone. So we have the cone done. So next we're going to do the little skirt. And basically what I do is I just crochet right along the cone. I'm a very visual learner. So like I said, I've never really learned off of a pattern. I've always broken everything down and then just went from there. So that's basically what I'm doing right now. So after we have it sewn, I'm going to come right here along the cone, slide this on here, and I'm just going to do a single stitch all the way around the cone. Just like this. And this is basically, this is just what I'm doing. Now I'm going to do 2 rows. So, let me kind of unroll this. Yeah. So at this point here, like I said, I'm doing a single stitch all the way around the cone, just to kind of hide this part here. You know, because it's just, because if you look at ice cream, it kind of has like that little ridge around it. So that's basically what we're doing. So this is just kind of going around. We're just going around. So sorry for the silence, but I'm like in the zone right now. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Okay, so now we're going to do another row, just like I said, just a single stitch all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off camera, and I will meet you guys when we start doing, I want to call it, it's called the fan stitch or the shell stitch, just depending where you're from. But then I'm going to show you how to do this stitch, and then maybe later on in my next video, I'll probably do a whole thing on the shell stitch, on the shell stitch, or the fan stitch. I can say fan a little bit easier. So sorry for the speech impediment, but this is what we got. So okay, we'll just go from there, and we'll just go ahead, and I will, like I said, I will do a video on how to make a shell stitch on its own. So that will be like a future video. So we'll go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to pause it here. Hello, I'm back. And now, as you can see, we just finished 2 rounds here of the ice cream, of our ice cream cone. And now we're going to do a fan stitch or a seashell stitch. Try to say that 5 times over again. And we're just going to go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the shell stitch or the fan stitch. And then, like I said, later on in a video, I'm going to do a full video on how to make the stitch, so you can do, you know, with other projects and everything. So we'll just go from there, but that'll be in the future. So now basically what we do is we just finished here, so I just close this area up. So now we're going to do a half double crochet, and we're going to do it in 4, and you're going to do it in just one of the holes at a time. So 1 here, so we're going to go 1, 2, same hole, 3, 4. You know what? Let's add 5. And then you're going to skip this stitch here, close it with a single stitch, and then now from this stitch here, you're going to do 5 half doubles all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. We're going to skip the next stitch, bring it in with a single stitch, and then continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip this stitch, go to the next one, 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. Okay, make sure nothing gets tangled. Like I said, we're going to skip the next stitch, go to the other one. So pretty much every other stitch, you're going to put in a fan stitch or a shell stitch, depending where you're from. I call it a fan, because to me it looks like a fan. Okay, 3, 4, 5, skip, single stitch. Okay, oop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, skip, single stitch. Okay, okay, there we go. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. We're almost done. See, we're halfway around already. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the rest of this off camera. And then when I get to the end, I'll go ahead and bring it back. And then we're going to go ahead and start on the actual, like the frosting, or I'm going to say more of the whipped cream, and then the cherry. And then we'll go from there. So I'm just going to go ahead and tie it on real quick, kind of double knot it the way I want it. And then we're going to go ahead and start working in the round. So we're going to do 1. So we're going to do chain 1. And we're going to go back into the first loop, and then we're going to go through around 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, maybe this out, tail out of the way, 4, 5, 5, and 6. Yay! Okay, so this is our first row right here. Let me there you go. This is our first row right here. So now we're going to do a second row. So we're going to do 1, and then we're going to increase. So 2, 3, increase on 2 and 3, single stitch on 4, 5. We're going to increase on 6 and 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me just pull out a little bit more yarn. And then we're going to increase on 10 on 11. So 10, 11, oh, excuse me, 12, 13, 14. We're going to actually increase on 14 and 15. So 14, 14, 15, I am just missing it. Okay, let me try this again. 15, I'm going too fast. Okay, 16, 17. So we're going to stop here at 17, maybe 18. So we're just only doing 2 rows. So we're not doing a lot. So we don't really need a lot. Like I said, depends on what you're working on. So if your ice cream cone is bigger, make it bigger. If it's smaller, make it smaller. You know, it's just like I said, it depends on you, because like I said, I don't use patterns. So like when it comes to, you know, working along with me and making my stuff, you can make it as big or small as you want. It just depends on you. So like I said, crocheting is like everybody else. It's all different. Everybody's an individual, and so is crocheting. You know, it all has its own personality. So that's what we're going for. So at this point, there you go. At this point, here we see the ice cream cone. I'm just going to kind of put it here. And you know what? I like that. So I'm going to do another increase real quick. And 1 more single stitch from there. Let me pull out some extra yarn here. Try not to move my head so much. Okay. And like I said, I'm just going to measure it right here. Okay, I'm liking that. So it gives it enough to put the cherry on. So now we're going to do half doubles. And basically what we're going to do, instead of going through both of the stitches, you're going to go in through the first, actually technically I want to say the back stitch, because this is your front stitch. So you're going to go in through the back stitch only. And we're going to do 6 half double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to come over, like I said, to the back part of the stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to go to the next one. Like I said, always the back part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Totally missed that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let me pull out some yarn. 4, 5, 6. And like I said, I'm just going around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now what we're doing is we're making this really cute ripple effect. So to get it, the little ripples right there, like what we want. So that's basically what we're doing at this point. We're just giving it a little ripple effect. So like I said, we're just going to go around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, back loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Back loop. 1. Oop, I totally missed that. Okay, that happens a lot with me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. My hook got 5, 6. Okay, in a minute. Let me just pull this out a little bit. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay, and then we're like, we've got 2 more to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, 5, 6, and then this last one here. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Now we are finished. I'm gonna just cut this off, and then we're just gonna tie it off right here. Actually, let me try this again. Let me tie this off right here. There we go. No, there we go. Okay, there we go. There you go. Just tie it off right there. And we'll just snip off the extra. So I'm just kind of tighten it up a little bit. There you go. And just snip off the extra. There you go. So now you have this cute little ripply effect here going on. And then this is going to go on top of the ice cream cone like this. It's going to look super cute, I promise. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put the white aside. And we're going to go ahead and use some red. And please don't let this be all tangled up too. Okay, let's check it out. And I'm going to show you how to make the cherry. Oh, yay. Okay. Now, this yarn was given to me by a friend of mine. She had a whole bunch of yarn that she wasn't using anymore, so she gave it to me. So I'm not exactly sure where this yarn came from. I don't even know if they still make this yarn. So, but you can get sparkly yarn like this, like the red sparkly yarn. I have seen it at Joann's and I've seen it at Walmart. So if you want to get something similar to that, you could definitely go to those places. And then now, like I said, we're just going to do a quick tie on real quick. Now, I don't make it too tight, so I can just keep it loose like this. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 1 single chain, and then we're going to do 6 around. 1, 2, 3. Let me move the tail out of the way. 4, 5, and 6. I caught the sparkly part, but not the yarn. Okay, so we got 6 here, and so I'm going to go ahead and close it off. Bring it here into this first loop here. First stitch, so we're going to go 1, and I love this sparkly yarn, but I always get so tangled up. And we're going to increase on 2 and 3, so 2, 3, and then 4, 5. Now we're not going to make this very big because it's, like I said, it's just a little cherry. So here in a minute. And 5, 6, 7. So we're going to decrease on 6 and 7, increase on 6 and 7. And we're just now at this point, because like I said, we're not going to make this very big because it is a cherry. We're just going to go ahead and do a single stitch all the way around. So this is our 3rd row. So we're just going to keep on going. I just keep going until it kind of looks round, and then I just close it off because it is very small. But we're on our 3rd row going on. So altogether, I would say do like 4 rows or 5. Just depends on, like I said, 4 to 5 rows. It kind of depends on you. So we got 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do 1 more row. So this will be our 4th row. Okay, I already did that one. So we're just going to single stitch all the way down, all the way through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, perfect. And then I'm just going to cut this off. Okay, I'm going to pause real quick because I dropped my needle, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to pick up my needle because it fell on the ground. So now at this point, what we're going to do is I am going to just thread my needle real quick. Like so. Okay, make sure it kind of all goes in. There we go. Got it. Okay. So now, and at this point, we're just going to just sew this and close it up. And that's what I'm doing right now. Just kind of sewing it and closing it up. Bring it in. And then we're just going to tie it through real quick. There we go. And now, because I want a little stem, so at this point, I will bring this extra yarn through. Put it through the middle here to the very top. Then I tie it off so it doesn't fray. And we're just going to make the knot a little bit bigger. There we go. And where's my scissors? Then we're going to cut it off. There we go. So we have the cherry. And then we have... So we have the cherry, and we have the little frosting, or I want to say, what is it, whipped cream. And here I have my glue gun, mainly because I'm just way too impatient to like sew it on. Wait a minute, I'm trying to. Okay, so now at this point, we're going to go ahead and hopefully my glue gun is hot enough. We're going to glue it on. Oh, yep. And this is basically what I do. I'm just too impatient to sew it on, so I just hot glue it on, and I just plop that right there on top, and I just hold down on it just a little bit just to make sure it sticks. Okay, there we go. Probably put a little bit here. There we go. There we go. And then now we're going to put the little cherry on top. And for, for personal preferences, there we go. Can't talk today, but I'm trying. Now, we're pretty much done with our little ice cream cone right here. Now, if you want to go ahead and put like a little face on it, like I did here, you can totally do that. The buttons I got off of Amazon felt pretty much any craft store. And this here is just that t-shirt puff paint, that tulip puff paint that you could put on. And like a lot of people, like I just glue the buttons on versus snapping them, because I've tried snapping them and they just kind of like dangling, kind of weird looking. They never turn out right. So I just always kind of glue them on. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for, waiting for such a long time for me. Like I said, life kind of kicked in and I had to pause stuff real quick so I can, focus on other more things that I have to do, just life. So please like and subscribe, and thank you very much, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.